What's up, guys? It's Hexen of Fantasy Crypt. I'm going to describe and show you what the Pro versus Pro is all about on No Limit Fantasy Sports. We have a few matches up available. I'm lucky enough that I was invited to participate in this, so if you want to come and bet on my team, go ahead. And I'm just going to go through it with you and let you know what this is all about so you could come out and check it out. This is something that's never been done before anywhere else. You won't find this on DraftKings or FanDuel. So it's pretty cool. Basically, the way it works is under the contest tab, you would come to where it says pros, and this is your pro versus pro section. And as you can see, there's 3 games available right now. There is Team Steve versus Team Anthony. Those are 2 of our pros that were allowed to build a team, and you can view their teams. So if you go to the live view, you can see the team that both these players created. And that's the beauty of this. All you have to do is bet on the team that you think is going to win. Is it going to be Sturfly's team? You can see all the players that he picked right here. Or is it going to be Anthony's team? And you have all the players that he picked here. So far, Anthony has 18 people betting on his team. Sturfly's has 23. So there's a total of 18 covered bets. The remaining 5 are still open. So there will be 5 more people that need to bet for Anthony so that we can even the field, and it'll be 23 and 23. The remaining 5 bets, if they don't get covered, they'll just get their money back. So as you can see here, Sturfly's has Tyreek Hill, Antonio Brown, Russell Wilson, and just come down and look at all the players. If you like this team, you would just come and place the bet on his side. And you're set. It's a 100 NLC buy-in. You're betting on either team. If you win, you double the amount. So let's say you bet on Sturfly's team and he wins, you get 200 NLC. And you can bet as many times as you want. If you want to do 5 100 NLC buy-ins to give you a total of 500, you could do that. If his team wins, then you get 1,000 NLC too. However, the bets do have to get covered, so just keep that in mind. And that's pretty much the way it is. You have the projected points down here, 91 versus 101. Let's go to the next one would be Team Philly D versus Old School. And you can see here's their the teams they chose. You would go through the players and decide what team tickles you the best, and you choose that. And it's also a 100 NLC2 buy-in, and you can bet as many times as you want as long as the bets are covered. As you can see, Old School has 29 on his side, 32, and Philly D has 32 on his side. There's 3 more bets that need to be covered. So you decide on what team you think is going to be the winner, and you choose that. Let's go to the final one. Now this last one, this is the one that I was allowed to participate in. I'm going up against Hussein of Fantasy Couch. As you can see, we both have our built teams. So far, there hasn't been any bets in either one of our sides. I don't know if people have seen the contest up yet. It just got thrown up, I believe, yesterday. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of why I chose all the players that I did. Maybe give you guys some hints and help you finalize your lineups, maybe based off of the information I'll give you. I did this lineup early on into the week, so as we all know, injuries and weather and everything can pretty much end up screwing you over later on towards the end of the week, and I feel like that's what happened to me here, because right off the bat, my the number 1 guy I was looking forward to this week, which I thought was going to be huge, is Tyrod Taylor. And I still believe it's going to be huge for the season. The Browns are going to be a pretty legit team this year. Nobody believes me, but you got Tyrod Taylor and Jarvis Landry. Josh Gordon. It's going to be a good offense for them. So the Carlos Hyde, they should do pretty good, better than what they did last year, that's for sure. So, anyways, Tyrod Taylor, I was big on this week because he was pretty damn cheap. I usually always tend to go cheap on quarterback. I found him to be the best value quarterback. However, I just got the news that the weather is going to be pretty fucked up for this game tomorrow. That Pittsburgh and Browns game is going to be bad, the weather. They're expecting 40 miles per hour winds, a lot of rain, and they're even talking about canceling or rescheduling the game, so it's gotten pretty bad. So now, fortunately, I can't change the team anymore. Once you create the team, you're stuck with that team. So the benefit I have with Tyrod Taylor is that he is good on his feet. He is known for running with the ball, so hopefully he'll get some yardage running and not throw so much, and maybe that'll help me out a bit. But to my defense, I noticed that Hussein has Antonio Brown, so Antonio Brown's going to suffer from that as well. So we kind of both have one player from that game. It should even out the field, I feel like. Now, on the running backs, I got Alvin Kamara, of course. Alvin Kamara should just be a plug and play for you this week. Now that Mark Ingram is suspended for the first few weeks, we know Kamara's going to get a even bigger workload. And the guy's a freaking beast. He's got an expensive price tag, but he's going to pay it off easily. Like, Kamara should just be an automatic plug-in on each and every single one of your lineups. That's the way I feel about it. He's going to do good. For my next running back, I got Zeke. The Cowboys obviously suck, but Zeke is about the only guy that's going to do anything in that team. You know, him and Prescott, they don't have receivers. They lost their tight end, and they're going to struggle this year. So they're going to put the heavy workload on Zeke. They might even improve his pass catching ability. So that'll definitely help out in PPR. So I just feel like he's going to get a big workload. Fortunately, going up against a tough team in Carolina, a good defense. Are they going to be able to stop him? I'm not sure, but I feel like the workload and targets that he's going to get, it should produce for a good week for him. So that's why I got those two running backs. Moving on to the wide receivers, Keenan Allen is another guy I'm big on. Phillip Rivers is a good quarterback. He likes to throw a lot. We know his primary target is going to be Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is going to be good in the red zone. He's just a damn good wide receiver. He's going to see a lot of targets, yards. He's going to do good. He's expensive, but he'll pay off his price tag. That's the way I feel about him. And Phillip Rivers is a good quarterback as well. It's going to be a game that I feel is going to have shootout potential, so there's going to be a lot of passing. And Keenan Allen should have a good week. My next wide receiver was Emmanuel Sanders of the Broncos. He has a cheap price tag on him at $5,000. I feel like he can really, he has a lot of upside on him. So far in the preseason, we've seen that Case Keenum really loves him. He goes to him a lot. So if he gets a lot of targets this game and the game goes towards the Broncos' favor, which it should, Emmanuel Sanders will not just pay off his price tag, but should give you at least a 3 or 4x return. So that's always good on the value wide receivers. Moving on to tight end, I got Jordan Reed, which I know a lot of people are worried about because, as we know, he's very injury prone. And even though he's saying that he feels good and he feels like he can start playing well now, you never know when he might get injured again. So it could be early in the first quarter of the game. So it is a risky play, but the reason I got him is because Alex Smith, as we know, loves the tight end. In San Francisco, he made a beast out of Vernon Davis. With Kansas City, he made a beast out of Travis Kelce. I see him doing the same with Jordan Reed if he stays healthy. And we know Jordan Reed, when healthy, he's a freaking beast. So with Alex Smith looking his way a lot and maybe some red zone targets, Jordan Reed could have a huge week. But that's a huge if he can stay healthy. So I put my risk on him and I plugged him in for this lineup. I wouldn't risk him in my main lineup, but for this one I took the chance. I said, why not? Gotta differentiate myself a bit. Kicker, I went with the Gostkowski of the Patriots. I believe that's going to be a high-scoring game. Patriots should be putting up a lot of touchdowns in that game, maybe a few field goals. I feel like he's going to be the best kicker for the week, so I went ahead and plugged him in. As you all know, I love me some Greg Zuerlein, but he was not in the he was not available for this Sunday game, so I had to go with Gostkowski. On defense, I went Jaguars. Jaguars were an amazing defense last year. I don't see why that's going to be any different this year. They're playing a pretty horrible team in the Giants. I don't think they're going to be any better than they were last year, so Jaguars should have a field day on them. Maybe some interceptions, maybe some pick sixes. Should be a good week for the Jags, I feel. And now, my flex position. A guy I feel a lot of people are overlooking. I believe this guy's going to be a freaking beast this year with an amazing price tag right now. So many people overlooking him. High value player right now. Alex Collins of the Ravens. This guy's going under the radar for so many people. I saw him play a lot last year towards the end of the season, and this motherfucker was killing it. Putting up. He was getting a heavy workload and getting touchdowns and averaging about 20 fantasy points per week. I see that being no different this year. We already know he's going to be the workhorse running back. The Ravens are playing a horrible team, which should allow a lot of yardage. So Alex Collins is going to have a field day on them. And his targets are going to go up as well. So that's always a plus. And yeah, if you guys have not looked into him, look into it now. Alex Collins, you will not regret it. This guy's going to be a freaking beast. So that's pretty much the lineup I have built here. As you can see, we have Hussein's lineup here. He has Drew Brees as quarterback. Not a bad pick. Alvin Kamara and Jay Connor. Jay Connor's a good value pick right now, but with the weather and in that game, it could benefit him. There might be a lot more running, obviously, so it could be a great day for him. We'll see. It's a little bit up in the air right now. Of course, Gronk on tight end, one of the best tight ends you could get. Keelan Cole, a great value wide receiver for Jacksonville. He should be the main target for Bortles, so that could be a good pick right there. Ravens, probably the next best defense you could get. And Freeman over here, I'm not too sure on that, but we'll see how it does. I think my camera's about to run out of battery here, so yeah, just a quick overview on how this Pro versus Pro works. You can see both the teams built by the Pro, and you just bet on the team you think is going to win. If that team wins, you double your amount and you win for the week. That's how easy it is. So go out there, and if you think my team's going to kill it, vote for me. I'm sure I won't let you down. And if you like Fantasy Couch's team instead, go for that. So get your picks in, and let's have a great fantasy week. The return of NFL's here. We're all excited. Let's fucking do it. See y'all later.
Okay, let's do this fucking shit.